Hey guys, Paul here. Welcome back to the channel. So today I finally received this sexy knob from Enhance. It's been a long wait and it's finally here. So in today's video I'll show you what comes in the box, and then step-by-step installation. Should be really simple and easy to install. This one shouldn't take longer than 10 or 15 minutes to install, and then we'll go through all the setup and then programming the buttons or the knobs. So this knob can control so many things in the car just with the tip of your finger and the click. And then I'll show you what it looks like in my Tesla Model Y. Now let's go. The long-awaited, highly anticipated sexy knob from Enhance is here. Now let's see what comes in the box. You can see here, super nice packaging here. Here's the first part of the sexy knob, which is the communication box. So we'll connect this to the OBD plug that will communicate all the information to the car and from the car. And this is the actual knob itself. So you have a turning knob and 4 different buttons here, and this is the bottom part of it, so you can connect and get the power from the car via the USB-C port. You have to use this one right here, so just plug this in and then plug the wire to the car. So this is the wiring that you will connect from the sexy knob to the car USB-C port. And the package came with 2 different wire harness for both OBD ports. So one is a 20-pin OBD port, which we will connect on the front passenger side panel. But today we'll do the easiest one, which you can connect to the rear center console. So this is a 26-pin connect to the blue rear center console OBD port, and you would have to connect this part right here, you can see, to the wireless communication box. And it also came with the little sticker patch, so you can put it right here, because some car has different heights on, where it sits on in the middle center console compartment. And it's really nice quality, really similar to the material that's in the Model 3 and Model Y. Love the knob. It has the little click when you turn it. Alright, looks really good. Now we see everything that came in the box. Let me show you where you can get this awesome sexy knob. Now you can pre-order the sexy knob from Enhance or enhauto.com. As of now, the sexy knob only compatible with the Model 3 and Model Y, that is 2021 and newer, because of the different in the center console shape and functional. That's why. And soon they'll release the sexy knob for the new Tesla Model 3 Highland in July. So you just have to select the right one for your car. So my car is 2023 Tesla Model Y, and just select the pre-order. And if you are interested, you can use my special discount code TC for extra discount. Now let's go and install it in my Tesla Model Y. Let's start the installation. Should be really simple and easy to do. First, just go to your rear seat and then go to the rear center console part on the bottom part. Let me show you this one right here. So you have to remove this panel. Just use the plastic removal tool that included in the package, and then just pry it out. There's no screw at all, so just use this tool and then pry it out, and then just remove this panel. Put it aside. Now we'll have to disconnect this blue OBD port, but before we do that, let's turn off the car first for safety. So I highly recommend to turn off the car. Go to the main menu, safety, and then scroll all the way down, turn the power off. Now we are saved to remove this blue OBD plug. So just pinch in the lock right here and then pull it out. Now we can use this bigger 26 pin OBD pass-through plug that included in the package from Enhance, and plug in the white one from the 60 knob, and then you plug in the blue from the car back to the pass-through plug like so, and then just manage the cable. As you can see, there's one long cable right here. Plug in the commander or wireless communication box from Enhance. Now you get the data from the car. You could try to manage to put this communication box in here like so, or you can since it's a longer cable, you can just leave it outside too. I might just leave it outside, and then just manage the cable and put the cover, the plastic cover that we remove, back in. And if your car don't have the blue OBD port in the rear back of the rear center console, you can use this 20 pin OBD plug and connect to the side front passenger seat right here. Usually the standard range Model Y do not have the rear OBD port, so you basically have to remove this panel right here. There's a locking clip, plastic clip right here, and then just remove this whole side door seals, and then you can access that side panel. Let me show you where it is. And you have to connect this to the blue plug and then connect the white one to get the power from the white plug right next to it. Before we install the 60 knob, make sure you install and download the 60 app from Enhance on your phone. It would work with both Android and iPhone, and make sure you get the latest version of the app. Now let's install the 60 knob. So first, just open your center console compartment and then locate the left right here USB-C port and use the input power plug and plug it in. Now just plug the power to the knob and you hear the vibration. You can see it says 60 knob, and it has the LED light ring around the knob. Looks really nice and clean. So each car might has different size of the width on the center console compartment right here. So basically just insert one side in and then just push the other side in, and you just lock it in place. Super easy to install. Now we just have to remove this and we're ready to test it out. Really cool looking. Let me show you real quick how this awesome 60 knob looks in my Tesla Model Y. Before you start using the 60 knob, I highly recommend to get the latest firmware update. As you can see, it's uploading, and then get it to the actual knob from your phone. Alright, the 60 knob looks really good in my Tesla Model Y. As you can see, the materials fits really well with the center console covers and the back cup holder here. It's almost exact the same color. It might be off on some cars because not every single gen of the Model 3 and Model Y has the same color anyways, but yeah, they did really good job on matching the material and the color on the center console. Now before we get on to the app and programming all the functions, let's go through the default that comes with the knob. Like the first time you just plug in and connect it to the car. So there are 3 different main menus here. You can turn the knob. As you can hear, there's a haptic vibration feedback on the knob, so that helps to know that you are using the function without looking at it while you drive the car and try to use the function. So the first page, there are 3 different main pages to each functions, and each one has 5 different buttons or functions that you can use. So the first one here, this fan on the top left, and there are 2 front passenger and driver seat heated seat control here, and the top right is the rear climate control, and then in the middle is the climate control, temperature control. So to use the middle, just press down and you can control the climate, but you have to turn on the main climate on the car first. Now it's on, it shows exactly the same climate on the car. As you can see right here, 64, and on the knob is also 64 Fahrenheit. So press down, you can change the climate control or the temperature in the car. So every time you use or turn the knob, you will hear that haptic feedback vibration. But when you turn the climate or change the climate here on the knob, it doesn't change the climate in the car. So it does not, some of the function on the 60 knob does not overwrite what it shows on the display, but it does change the actual temperature in the car already. It just doesn't show on the display. And as you keep turning the knob, you can see the color changing. So when you turn to like hot, you can see the color here changes dynamically with the temperature that you are changing. So we can change the temperature back to cold, then the color here is changed to cooler color. It will go back to the main menu in a few seconds, and you can do the setup in the app, how many seconds you want it to turn back to the main menu, like you can see here. And if you want to change the fan speed in the car, which I really like a lot, this function, you can change the fan speed here. As you can hear, the fan speed is cranking up right now in the car real time. Because to do that on the car, on the main display, to change the fan speed, I like this function a lot. This is the reason why I like it a lot. You have to go here, and then you have to control the fan speed here. Imagine while you drive, it's been really hard to do without looking back at your screen all the time. But when you use the knob, the 60 knob here, you basically just look down one time at the knob. Now you know, you can feel the haptic feedback, and then you can change the fan speed as you want without looking at the screen or the knob at all, because you will hear how much fan it's coming through in the car. That's why I like this function a lot. So as you can see, it will go back to the main menu in a few seconds. And here is the heated seat. So you press and you turn on. You can choose between level 1, 2, and 3. But it does not change on the main display, as you can see. But when you do change on the main display, as you can see, these two on the level 2 right now on the knob, and let's say if I change to level 3 here, and I would change on the knob level 3 too. So whatever you control on the car will overwrite the knob display, but whatever you change, some menu you change on the knob, it doesn't show on the display. They are working, however, Enhance are working really hard on making that happen. So they're trying to do the software update in the future that, you know, whatever you change on the knob, it will change on the display in the future. So same here on the passenger side, you can adjust 3 levels, and you can, you know, without seeing the main display, you can also keep clicking all these buttons here. And as you can see, I just turn on the rear climate and press again to turn off, and press again to turn on, and I'll go back to the main menu again. So we know that is first menu. Again, all these functions are reprogrammable, and you can change to whatever action or functions you want. Let's go to the next page. These are default, and the next page is the first one is, I believe it's regen. There you can change the amount of regens in percentage: 25, 50, 75, and 100%. So basically 100% regen, it will come down to the complete stop the fastest. And this one is mode, so you can change from chill to sport. And if you have a regular all-wheel drive car, non-performance will just change from chill to standard instead of sport, of course, because you don't have sport mode in the all-wheel drive car or the regular standard range car. And this one is the glove box. Let me show you in the little different angle here so you can see in real time. You can see the glove box responds really fast. I have tested a few shortcut buttons with the wireless box that is communicated to that shortcut buttons. This is probably the fastest response I have seen so far. See again, it does it at that moment. A few other shortcut buttons that I have tested, I think it has like a second or so delay before it actually send the function or send the command to the car. And this one is, let's see, autopilot. So you can turn on and off autopilot using this knob. It's just the extra function, I say, not quite intuitive as this. So this is much more convenient. It's easier to turn on and off autopilot, in my opinion, instead of, you know, coming down here and then press the button and turn on and off autopilot. Alright, so you can also always manually go back to the main menu anytime by pressing the middle knob right there. And let's see, the middle is preheat, so precondition the battery, that is. So you can precondition the battery manually, because let's say you try to go and try to charge your car with a non supercharger, a non-Tesla charger, then you can manually preheat the battery. So you can turn off the preheat the battery also. And let's go to the next one. So the third one, you can adjust the wiper manually, because normally we just go auto. So you can adjust to 3, 4. As you can see, it just does it. See the wiper, it's doing it in real time. Let me see it. Adjust to 2 to 3 right now, and then to 4. This is 4, and then change to auto. I'll just stop. There you go. So this way it's a lot easier than reaching the display, because normally you would have to press 1 and this would show up, and then you can choose different adjustment, but of course you have to look at the display. Now if you, I think, if you memorize it or you use it often enough, you basically just press this button and then you can just turn it without looking at the knob at all. Because of that, haptic feedback probably helps a lot with your your muscle memory, that is. So, and this one is turn on and turn off the lights, the dome lights in the car. Let me press again. You press again to turn off, and then press again to turn it on. So this will turn on and off the whole car dome light, instead of you manually turn on, turn off each one of them. And the next one is the you can fold the side view mirror using the button. Just press one, you can see, press again, unfold it. So it's much more convenient than you go to the display. So you have to do a few steps here. Press the main menu and then fold the mirror. So you have to do 2 steps. Instead, you can use this knob and then just unfold and fold. So you skip that one more step and you don't have to look at the display at all. I think it's really intuitive to basically, this is my driver point of view. So instead of go here and do the command here, just turn your head down a little bit, exactly what it does, and change to different menu, main menu, and then select the command on each one. Alright, so that's the side view mirror, and this is the volume. So I think this is good for a passenger, because of course when you are a driver, you can just easily use the scroll wheel on the left hand side instead of look down or try to adjust it from here. But instead, for the passenger, for them, try to go to the display and then try to adjust like this or like this, they can just press this button and then it's like, as you can see, this like the volume up and down function will shows and override or change on the display in real time. As I mentioned before, some function does not, some function does. So we seen all 4 functions, and the last one is the drive mode. I think this is useful for a Model X, Model S, the new one, the new Model X, Model S, and the new Model 3 Highland. But for the regular or the current model, Model Y and older Model 3, you have your stock right here. So it's much easier to use the stock. But the stockless Model 3 Highlands, I think it would be cool to have it here instead of you swipe it. You can have enough options to change the gear, but it still works with my car though. Let me show you real quick. So I press it down. Of course I have to press the brake first. Now I can change to drive, to park, or to reverse. It happens in real time, of course. And go back to park. There you go. So yeah, I think the haptic feedback kind of helps a lot. Of course you won't get used to it right away, but the more you use it, the more you kind of familiar with the haptic feedback to helps with what you're selecting, instead of keep looking at the little display on the knob. Again, these are all interchangeable. Let me show you on the app real quick. Here's the app that I downloaded. So this is the first page that you'll see, and you just go to knob, you can see, and you can also always update the firmware. They will try to make things better and try to improve all the software, and then send you this firmware really frequent, actually, as they did on the sexy knob, sexy buttons before, I'm sorry. So as you can see here, this is the first main menu right here, so you can change to anything. So there are 3 pages as it shows on the knobs, and you can reduce if you don't need all 3. You can reduce down to 1 or 2, but I'm not doing that. I like it all 3, so I can adjust and add more functions. You know, the more the better, right? So let's say I want to change something. I want to change the the front left seat to heated seat to something else. So I just press that and then press the seat again. Now I can change to different functions in the car. So media, it has so many functions here. You see opens, you can open the glove box, front trunk, left door, front right door, front left door, rear left door, rear right door. Let me see, I changed to the front right door, which means it's the passenger door, that is. So you can see it changed it in real time on the display. So if you press this button, the front passenger door just opened. As you can see, I didn't press anything, it opens, and its response super fast too. This is the fastest response shortcut buttons I have ever tested so far, and same to all the buttons, and even the one in the middle too. So if you don't like this one, you can change from temperature to something else, but I like the fan speed and temperature. Actually, I like it to be a fan speed, so let me change that to fan speed there, and I can change this to temperature. So I can just, you know, swap it around. You can see it shows the current temperature number right there, the temperature number. Now we have fan speed. So instead of pressing here for fan speed, I just press in the middle. I can change the fan speed right away, which I like. So this, I will just keep it the way it is, so I can just, you know, easily change the fan speed instead of reaching here, here, and then go to change the fan speed here. So now I don't even have to look at the button at all, because I know the fact that's my first main menu in the middle, which is I just have to press it. That is the fan speed. That is really, really cool. I really like the knob a lot, and I love the quality, the look, how good the quality of the display, and how responsive to the adjustment. You know, the seconds you adjust it, it change adjustment on the car right away. Alright, so you can change to different menu page too. Just go back and then swap, and you know, battery precondition. So if you don't use that a lot, you can change to something else. You can change to media. So instead of so I can just have the volume right there, save the selections. So now I can change to that menu. You see, I want to change volume on the car for the passenger seat, of course, or driver seat, doesn't matter. I can just press in the middle. So I would try to add functions that's the most frequent and most convenience to you in the middle of the main function, so you can easily use it without, you know, looking at it a lot, which button to press for each functions. Now that I show you how to install, how to set up, and show you all the functions and how to program each buttons, all of them are really, really simple and intuitive to use, and easy to install, and easy to, of course, you know, program each function. And there are so many functions that can use, or you can add to the 60 knob or to the knob. You know, each one has sub functions again, you know, from the media, drive, wipers to autopilot. So enhance even give you more than just the knob that you can use in the middle of the center console. Now you can actually so you have to connect this So just go to this menu right here, make sure you connect to the commander, which is, you know, that OBD plug that we install. Now you can do a lot more to the car, something that you cannot do with just regular setting on the main menu of the Tesla. There are a lot more like this. You can open front, unlock the charge port by, you know, using the door handle of the car to do different functions of it. Even more than just that, so you can also turn your phone into instrument cluster display, as you can see here, and it will show you so much more that the car actually show you. If you go to the setting, you can adjust your instrument cluster display to show a lot information in here: temperature, battery capacity, power of the car, cells info, which is the battery cells. You can see it, as you can see here, the battery capacity, new and full and remaining, degradation percentage, and the power of the motor of your car. And if you don't need all this information, you can just turn them off on the instrument cluster display. And you can also, of course, update the firmware for the instrument cluster display too. It is the main menu of the app. You can add spatial buttons to the main menu. You can see here the front inverter, range of the car, a drift mode. You can even add a drift mode to the main menu, as you can see here. Battery degradation, toggle shields between chill and standard or sport. You can do stacks showing information, or you can do action, which is a functional button that do something. So what I love, so many options that you can do here. What I love was a traction control. In traction control mode, you can do a drift mode, which, you know, send for the all-wheel drive models, which is, you know, distribute more power to the rear wheels, of course, so you can spin the car, let the car drift a little bit. It also has the drift pro mode too, which is really cool, which the actual car do not have. This is what they have the options for you in the car: off-road assist and slip start. You cannot turn the traction control off entirely, because I tried all of this before, but now you could with a little hack from Enhance, which is really cool. And there are so much more. You know, I would suggest to check out the apps or check out the website. They will show a lot more details on the apps and all of their software, what it can do. Now let me show you, how I would use the functions while I drive the car, and show you what it looks like on the instrument cluster display, while I drive the car. Let's go. Alright, let's go test it out. So right now, when I try to use it, I'm looking at straight, of course, in the front. I can just, turn my eyes down a little. Now I see, but I can, still look at the front and and change the main menus here. So now I remember I put the main stuff that I like to use a lot, like a fan speed, so I don't have to actually look at all. I just make sure it's on the first main menu, and just press down. Now I can just change the fan speed without having to touch the screen at all. I want it higher. There you go. To auto, and go to max, go to 9, 10, or lower down to 2. Now click again to go back to the same menu. Now I want to change the temperature, so basically just press this left top corner right here. I can just change the temperature to higher or lower, so that haptic feedback vibrations helps a lot, because it tells you that you are making adjustment. So that's really nice and handy. Let's go out. and then drive a little bit. Now I can change the mode from chill to sport. Just a click. Now it goes to sports or go to standard, which is faster. Compare to now I can just click this again, change back to chill. Really simple. Let me show you comparison between that and then the main screen without the knob. So you have to go to the main screen. Of course, you have to keep looking at the screen. Again, I don't want to look at a screen right now. This car right next to me. So now I have to one more and then change to standard. So that's how much easier, just use this, select this button right here, and then change the mode. Boom. Now I'm on the regular standard mode instead of chill. Go back again, change back to chill. Boom. So cool and so much easier to do instead of change it from the display. So the more you use the knob, I think it's easier for you to recognize which one does what, and less likely for you to look down to look at the knob instead of the road in front of you. Now let's test out the autopilot function. So just press right here. You can see here now the car is on autopilot, and as you turn while you're on that function, you can change the speed, maximum speed on autopilot. Now let's test out the regen function here. So right now it's on 100%. Let me show you. So when I drive and release the accelerator, and the car will come to a complete stop really quickly. Now let's turn the regen down to 50%, as you can see there. I try to stop the car. It won't stop as fast as 100%, so it still will stop. Not quite, still creeping. Now stop to hold. So it's a lot longer. It takes a lot longer to stop. Now let's go to the lowest one. Not off, 25%. That's the lowest one. There you go. I try to stop. Super slow to stop. So the regen works great. That is something that you do not have as an option in the car, because you only have, let me show you real quick, creep, roll, and hold. Now you have that options, to change the regens in your car. Now let me show you instrument cluster display and what it looks like while I drive the car. Alright, so here is the instrument cluster display mode from Enhance. So basically you just need something like this that can be installed on your steering wheel column, and then just put your phone on, and here you go. You got the instrument cluster display just right in front of you, and it tells all the speed, and this is the power by kilowatt. And also when you press on the brakes, you can see it shows reds here, and when you turn the signal to left or to the right, that's what it looks like, and it shows these informations that I want to see, the power from the car or the motor. Let's go. So it shows the speed, of course. That's the main thing that you want to see, the speed. I like the interface, something different. It's not quite an OEM look like what you see on the car, but I wish some of the information is a little bit bigger to see, but that speed, I think it's big enough. Could be a little bit bigger too. And see the left, turning left or turn right. And yeah, just the basic instrument cluster display that you get as an extra. Actually, that's when you get the 16 knob from Enhance. So here's what the knob looks like at night. As you can see, I adjusted to auto brightness, so it's not too bright at night. And let's check out the lights. Really cool LED lights around the knob here. So if I change the temperature, now you can see much better. As I turn the temperature higher, then the color around the wings will turn to red, eventually super red when it's on really hot and high temperature. And then as I turn back down, it changes to blue. And here what it looks like when it's super dark in the really dark environment. It's not like super bright, as it's auto change the brightness on the knob itself. As you can see, compare to the display in the car and the knob. As you can see, the 16 knob from Enhance offers so much more, so many functions that you can control on the knob to your car, and all these 4 buttons too. And it's really easy to use. I love the app a lot. It's really easy to program these functions on the knob itself, and you can also get so many extra options and unlocking more potentials on your Teslas too. You know, like I showed you before, you can do a drift mode now. There's no way you can't do it through the car manually. Now you can unlock that mode with enhanced software on the app and with your phone. A few things that I would want to change a little, or if they could improve it. I know that you can adjust the vibration on the knob or the haptic feedback, but if you lower too low, then you don't get a lot of feedback. But when you have it on the normal, it's kind of loud, a little bit louder than I was anticipating. So if it's, you know, a little bit less noisy and it gives you a little bit more feedback than the noise, that would be awesome. But everything else, it's really cool. And yeah, like I told you before, this is something that I have been waiting for a long time to test, and I love how it looks and the quality compared to a lot of aftermarket, you know, Tesla aftermarket part and products. This is probably one of the best that can provide this kind of quality. You know, it doesn't seem out of place when sit in your Tesla Model 3, Model Y, Model S, or Model X. Alright, I'll make sure to put the link of this 16 knob from Enhance in the description down below, and special discount code for you too. Thank you so much guys for watching today's video. Don't forget to click like if you like the video, and don't forget to subscribe for more awesome contents like this. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.